What's up, all you nerds and turds? It's me, it's Steve, it's him, it's Matt, and this is Indie's Nutz Podcast, the internet's #1 gaming news, reviews, previews podcast, hosted by a bunch of people, well, in this case, 2 people, that you have no clue who we are. And that is evidenced just so loudly via YouTube views. So thank you so much for all of your support.
Thank you, 13 people.
Thank you, guys. We love you for doing all of that. Listen, the show's got to happen, you know?
Yeah.
And whoever does watch or listen out there, we get good feedback. So, and now the show's evolving. The show is going to be even better. Why is that? Because we're doing things.
Because I had ideas is why.
Listen.
We've
all had that, whatever. We'll get into it at another time. Ladies and gentlemen, the show posts each and every week for your listening pleasure on your podcast service of choice. And we record live on twitch.tv/dual screen streams every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern time. And of course, you can watch the video version on demand on youtube.com/dual screens TV. And if you want to support us on Patreon, it's so easy. A caveman could do it, just like in the Gecko Geico commercials for your 15% insurance. Something like that. Go to patreon.com/dual screens, just like our Patreon producers, Colton the Apprentice, Nestler, and FNH will not grow without your support. And I burned the whole temple to the ground. I went full Jesus mode, and Patreon is now just going to be the Steve show. I'm just going to take it over. I'm going to put I'm going to put so much bonus content on there. You guys aren't going to know what you do with yourselves. We're going to have...
Is it just going to be you doing solo shows, though?
I'm going to bombard it with solo shows. You're going to get my hockey game reactions post-mortem. You're going to get wrestling podcast. You're going to get my workshopped stand-up comedy. You're going to get my workshopped TikTok videos that I want to make. For example, you know my TikTok series, TikTok user is at Batchild TikTok, if you want to follow me. One of my series that I do is
at Batchild
I wish I could do.
TikTok to Batchild.
Things I wish I could do.
I wish you could say that link.
And you know what I wish I could do, Matt? I wish I could eat clouds.
Yeah.
Look how delicious
I can see that. They look fucking tasty.
They look so good, man. Like, and I'm not talking about like candy floss, like or that cotton candy. No, I'm talking about like it looks like it's refreshing. Like like a cloud would quench your thirst.
Definitely.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep. That's correct.
Correct. What's new on Dual Screens? I have an announcement to make. Our own super friend, Sonny Rads, who's in our chat and is gifting subs and all that stuff, is gonna write some indie stuff for us on the website.
Get out of here! What?
Big fan of those farmy sim games and whatnot, and she's incredibly brilliant and so well spoken, but also super fucking shy. So
I was very surprised.
I feel like writing words on paper is like the perfect amount of anxiety for Rads, and she's gonna kick its ass and kick it out of the park. So I'm very happy that she's gonna be joining our editorial team, and hopefully that will increase our input of written content by at least 100%. Because right now we are writing literally nothing because everyone is lazy and we hate ourselves. Okay, that's what's new on Dual Screens. But now let's go into the indie game adventures. And I didn't put any of mine on here because
what the fuck, Steve? Because
they're old games and I'm not going to show videos about them. But the only 2 games that I played this week, I always play on the weekends. I always play Splitgate. Game is still good. Love it. If you guys are watching the show for the first time or you don't know what Splitgate is, I'm not going to go too far into it, but basically if you liked Halo multiplayer back in the day and you want one that hasn't changed beyond recognition and is addicting and fun and has a really cool portal mechanic.
Like portals, yeah.
Yeah. Splitgate's great. It is free to play. It has a battle pass that you can buy, unlock cool stuff. The battle pass could always be better. It's not the greatest. Like nobody does a battle pass like Fortnite.
Their battle pass is infinite right now, right? Because like their season 3 content is their last content for the game until forever.
Yeah, they're moving on to make another a new game, which they said is also going to be a multiplayer shooter. So we'll see. It was basically, they said that they were, and we spoke about this a few weeks ago, but basically their whole idea was that they were going to continue to iterate on Splitgate and have massive updates, content updates, but they realized that the stuff they wanted to actually put into that was becoming too much. It was too much. It was growing in scope. So they decided that they're going to pull that out and make it its own game. They're still going to support Splitgate. It's just not going to get like their regular season content and stuff like that. So, because they are a tiny team.
Yeah, right. From my understanding, it was like they're going to continue to support it, but we're not going to get any new content. Is essentially what it is, or that's how I understood it at least. We've had the guys on the show on Dual Screens Podcast, which is our interview show with indie devs, a couple of years ago. So we could probably get them back on to kind of talk about what they're going to be doing in the future. And I'm really excited to see what they're doing because just Splitgate's such a great mashup of two different genres, and they nailed it, and it's fun as hell. And just with a team that small, banging that out. I can't wait to see what they do.
It just works, man.
That they have now. Yeah, it really does.
And I went back into Valheim with some friends. I played Valheim. Actually, I downloaded on Game Pass. I have it on Steam, but it's not cross play.
Probably not.
I don't remember the reason why I downloaded on Game Pass. I honestly don't know, but I think it was because both Taylor, who's member of Dual Screens, and Mikey Kirsch both had it on Game Pass. So I just downloaded the Game Pass version, started over, and just played with them.
How's the health of that game? I haven't played it in a very long time.
It actually is way better than I remember.
Really?
Like it controls way better. It looks gorgeous. Like it's still, they look like potatoes, but
yeah, sure.
But the environment looks really, really good. It ran really well too.
I actually haven't played that since I got my new graphics card, so I wonder if it would look even better.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Buzz in the chat is letting me know that it is crossplay. So it was easier for us to just add each other to the world. I don't know. I was just like, fuck it. I have Game Pass. I might as well just download it. So I did. That's what I did. That was the first ever game I downloaded on Game Pass on my PC.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I typically only use Game Pass on console.
I think the first, I did have a couple like Pillars of Eternity, but I think the first one was Deep Rock Galactic.
What a game!
Yeah, I really would love to.
That was the first game. That was the first Game Pass game I ever downloaded on Xbox.
Oh, in general, yeah, it's a freaking great game.
Yeah, love that game. I want to play it again.
Anyway,
let's play it. So it was fun. Building things and hunting things and fighting things. It's a good game. Speaking of good games, you got to talk about a game that you talk about every week.
Listen, man, this is my apex, okay?
All right, here we go. We're going to transition to our new scene. Our new scene, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching, you ready for this?
Are you ready?
Bam! Look at that. Whoa. Holy monkey.
In case you didn't know what No Man's Sky looked like after 6 years.
Yeah. No Man's Sky.
Yeah. I've been digging back into No Man's Sky after the latest update. It has dropped to mixed because a bunch of people were complaining about some of the big inventory changes. But I started a survival run, and it made the game decidedly more difficult, but also decidedly more fun. I think if you have not played No Man's Sky, now is literally the perfect time to jump in because they just refined kind of the flow of the game, how information comes at you, how you track things in the game, and everything just feels way more cohesive. So now is a good time. I died 10 out of 10. That's it for my No Man's Sky. I died. I love it. Thank you.
All right, what else you been playing?
This is my game of the week right now. Forgive Me, Father is a boomer shooter. You play as a priest. You can also play as a different character, but I haven't played as her yet. You get a letter from your brother that
oh yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
You need to come, hang out. There's some stuff going down in the town, and you show up, and there's just like a bunch of Cthulhian monsters and some weird mystery surrounding a cult and stuff happening around the town. And holy God, is this game fun! Just like there's a whole RPG experience built in where, you have like a skill tree where you level up, and it'll be like, your shotgun can do a couple different things, and if you pick a path for it, it could be like it'll shoot fucking globules of acid, or like
speaking my language,
like a double shotgun.
Skill trees.
Yeah, very jumpy, very quick, lots of headshots, very bullet heavy.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Presentation is amazing. Absolutely gorgeous art. Has a very like comic booky style to almost everything, and the music is dope. Gameplay minute to minute is incredible, and it feels like a Doom game because it is like that like microcosm little level where you're just trying to get to the end really. And
so you called it a boomer shooter?
End of level readout. Yeah.
Is that like an actual term?
That is an actual term.
Okay.
Boomer shooter is like old school. Doom,
like baby boomers. Basically. Like that kind of boomer.
Well.
Or like the enemies go boom.
We're the boomer, like Doomer Boomer.
I've never heard that phrase either.
That's not a phrase.
I see. Because to me, I would call this a doomer shooter. Bless you.
Yeah, but they're called boomer shooters. That's what they're called.
I don't really care what they're called.
Yeah, you have a bunch of different powers too that you can pull out.
Dude, I saw a crossbow.
The other character because she seems like she would be dope. Like the priest powers are like he can heal himself. He can like freeze people in space. He can make himself invincible for like 5 seconds, or he can not lose ammo for the next like 5 seconds.
I have a problem with the first one you said.
Why?
I feel like a priest would not heal themselves. I feel like a priest would heal others.
It's with the power of God, though. He heals himself with a cross. It's the power of Jesus. He's healing himself to rid the land of sinners. I
guess. I just feel like priests should be a little bit more selfless than that.
I mean, he's selflessly ripping the heads off of all these weird demons,
Yeah, that is true.
He's really taking in the terror for everybody.
I want to play this game immediately.
You should. I think you would really fucking like it.
All right, guys, that's going to bring us to the end of the show. I'm going to go play Forgive Me, Father. Goodbye. And as always, be excellent to you.
See you later, guys.
See you later. Thank you.
Yeah, no, really highly suggest checking it out. It's fantastic. And I think I'm only like maybe halfway through it feels like. I fought a couple bosses. I
have a question.
Enemies are terrifying. Shoot.
Are there moments where, because the one of the things I hated specifically about like Doom 3, I remember it a lot. And, that was like the modernish, whatever Doom when it, whatever. And I also hated the same thing in Halo 2, but I think it was Halo 2. Might've been Halo 3. Are there moments where you're just like fucking walking around trying to find where to go?
Not really. The path is pretty straightforward most of the time. And then like, even if you don't go on the right path, you're probably on an offshoot that has a dead end that will just turn you around. And like you're probably on where a secret is, and it'll turn you around. There's really not
that's fine. I don't like the labyrinthian.
No, I really do think that like the Doom comparison is probably the best comparison because it is. They're like very linear levels with like doors will close off and there's like an arena. You have to grab keys to open other doors. Like it is a Doom game essentially.
Dope.
One thing that we just kind of saw in the trailer is the lantern. So there are places that are very dark, and your right click is a lantern that you have to hold up. And so like there are times where you're like in a really dark room, holding up your lantern for a second, seeing like the two guys in front of you, pulling out a gun, shooting people, and then doing it like all over again while you're like bouncing around this room, and that's really terrifying. It's really, really fun. I can't suggest it enough. Amazing.
All right, what else you got, handsome?
Undungeon. I really didn't play a whole lot of this. This is kind of I'm really just starting this. It is so overwhelming. with the amount of things that you can customize in it. So like, this is kind of like a. It definitely has like that Diablo feel where you're like customizing your character, but the depth of customization is insane. You can like customize your organs, and your organs give you like different bonuses and shit. And then like,
what does the pancreas give you?
I fucking forget, man.
Because it's supposed to give you insulin.
Yeah, probably makes your blood sugar drop and you die. I don't fucking know.
I got it. That's fair.
But like, the art is great. It's like top-down action adventure type game, but there's so much to customize. Like, you can customize your stuff, like your organs, and then you can customize your weapons and your armor. But then also there are these cores that you can get, and the cores all have different skill trees in them, and you can equip those. But in those, there's a bunch of empty spaces which you can drop like little runic things into, like power-ups into, and so like it's just like this weird infinite tunnel of customization. It's fucking wild.
That's awesome. Well,
that seems like
I have a question for you. I have a question for you. The skill trees are great, but I have had experiences with skill trees that is just horrible as far as an interface goes, as far as like actual user interface. How did you find yourself navigating it?
It's relatively easy. I think the harder thing is actually like so far, right? Like I played like maybe 45 minutes of this. So this is really first impressions.
Okay.
So far, I think the hardest thing is like keeping track of all your gear, right? Because like I have a hard enough time in like Diablo keeping track of my gear stats and what pieces are what and all that stuff. Right. Now you just have like, it literally just feels endless. Like there's so much depth to the character customization as far as like gear score and like your gear levels and all that stuff and all the bonuses that they give you and that kind of stuff. It is fucking wild. I am gonna play it a little bit more over the coming week, and so next week I'll have a deeper understanding of how this wild game
and I'll be jumping in it too. So this is a stat PG, is what you're saying? Action stat PG.
Action stat PG. Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
I love that. I love that. And now let's get into the indie steal of the week, my friend. You picked out a good one for us.
I did. This game is great. I had a different game here, but the more I played, it's in early access, and I didn't particularly love it. So maybe I'll love it later. But so I replaced it with one of my favorite city builders, Islanders. This game is naturally $4.99. You don't even need to wait for a sale or anything. It is just this very beautiful, minimalistic, very low stress city builder. And so you're given kind of like a deck of buildings to use, and you place them on whatever landmass you're kind of presented with, and the different buildings have different interactions with each other. Mm-hmm. And as you're building them, you're kind of trying to gain points to open up the next set of cards, I guess is probably the best way to put it, or like the next set of buildings that you're gonna open, and eventually you'll get enough and you can move to the next island. Mm. It really is as simple as that. There's like no combat. It is just all about, it's basically a tile placement game. Sure. But it's really beautiful, very interesting, very minimalistic art style, and probably the best $5 you could spend. I don't know, maybe not. $5.
I mean, it seems like it's an infinite like replay value here.
Yeah, you could just play it forever. It is really great.
Get your creative juices. I see a game over screen. I don't like that. That's scary.
Well, so what happens is you like I said, you need to gain points to open up like the next set of packs, and then opening the next set of packs and placing those eventually like builds this meter that will get you to the next island. So if you run out of your current pack before you open, you get enough points to open the next pack, game over.
Gotcha. That's cool.
And so it's all about distance and like
that would make a good
what gives what stat bonuses
tabletop game
and all this stuff. Yeah, it could make a good tabletop game, or like it could inspire a good tabletop.
Right. All right, so go check those out. Again, that was No Man's Sky, if you've never heard of it. Forgive Me, Father, Undungeon, and Islanders is the steal of the week. We do not have a Kickstarter of the week this week.
Sorry, guys.
So let's get into the news. This this piece of news just confused the absolute shit out of me.
This is for my boy Joe in the chat and anybody that likes The Simpsons more than I do.
Okay. Digital Trends reports here. An indie dev has made a full version of The Simpsons fake Waterworld game. So the scene from the 1997 episode of The Simpsons where Milhouse plays 1 second of the Waterworld arcade game based on the Kevin Costner film of the same name has been given new life thanks to an indie developer. The long version of the fake Waterworld game was unveiled Sunday evening for fans of the series to see what lay beyond the 1 second gameplay Milhouse wasted $10 worth of quarters on. In the game, you can explore the atoll and fight Nords, trade dirt, make a water purifier, and sail aboard the D's to find dry land. Wow.
Yeah. So this guy fucking did it. I have not played this yet, but I did go to his itch page and download it, and I'm looking forward to trying it out. Wild. Just fucking wild.
It is.
Crazy. It's crazy that we've like reached a point in hobbyist independent game development that somebody can do something like this.
And
right? Like this guy's not trying to turn a profit really. He's like taking donations on his itch page. But like he was just like, what if that 1 second of The Simpsons was a full fucking game?
Yeah. Well, I guess we could find out.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next week. Everybody play it.
Before the cease and desist comes along.
Yeah, right.
We got a release date for the Among Us VR.
Yeah.
That's going to be interesting. This comes from Game Rant. Developers Innersloth and Shill Games reveal the release date for Among Us VR during Tuesday's Meta Connect showcase. The meta. Every time I say meta, I just get a little.
Hey, what's the meta you?
I throw up in my mouth just a little bit.
So
when the hell is this coming?
Like meta.
Why is the date for this buried in this?
It's
article?
November 10th.
Thank you. November 10th.
There's just a bunch of.
There it is.
Vomit.
Okay. Among Us officially revealed the release date. Wow. Hold on. Okay. Game Rant. We have to have a conversation about journalism 101 here. Okay. Title: Among Us VR release date announced. Tagline: Developers Innersloth and Shell Games reveal the release date for Among Us. Okay. First sentence of intro paragraph: Developers Innersloth and Shell Games officially reveal the date for Among Us VR's. First sentence of second paragraph: Among Us officially revealed the release date for the game's VR version during the meta broadcast. What the fuck?
Wait. The launch trailer for Among Us VR was shown during the Meta Connect stream.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Somebody approved this. Michael Brandon Ingram. This is one paragraph. This whole thing. Oh wait, he's got more paragraphs here. Okay. Here's the thing.
Here's good content.
The first paragraph can stay. The first paragraph can stay. Get rid of 2 and 3, and then and then you got 3.
Yep.
You know and that's it. Article done.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
Too long.
Michael,
you wasting my time.
I got you, Mike. Hit me up.
Wasting my time.
We'll figure it out.
Wasting my time.
Anyway, go check out Game Rant. Give him a click.
I don't know. This seems cool though. I don't like. I never got huge into Among Us, but like the prospect of a game like this in VR seems really fun.
I love Among Us, but I have vowed to never play Among Us with my friends again.
Why? Does it turn bad?
Let me explain something to you.
Oh God.
Me and Taylor, it's Perger. When we both used to stream at the same time, in that summer of Among Us, we played Among Us. I think it was every Friday. I think that was when it was. It was like every Friday or Saturday.
Sure.
And we had a group of us, and we came to know each other's behaviors so well that if we would instantly just yeet people into space.
It's Steve.
And it came to the point where I'd be streaming and I'd be like, finally, I'm the murderer. And I'll do nothing except go around and fake tasks. No one will be murdered. The round, like somebody would hit the buzzer and Taylor would just be like, it's Steve. And I'd just be floating in space. And I'd sit there for the rest of my fucking stream for the next 15 minutes in silence because I'm not doing anything because I'm dead. So I'm just sitting there in silence because you can't listen to everybody talk. It was shit. Vegas, friend of the show, Vegas Girl on Fire.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, she's fucking brutal. She's fucking brutal.
Like just murdery or just good at
just fucking
who's the murderer?
Good at making the people good at making me mad, yeeting me for no reason. Like literally, like they have no suspicion. They were just like, it's Steve, and then just wee, and I'd be out in space. Anyway, that's great.
So you're definitely not gonna play the VR version.
The only way I will ever play Among Us ever again is if it's the new map, number 1, number 2, prox chat, number 3, there was no number 3. Okay, Games Hub reports that Tempopo is a toe-tapping puzzle game filled with charm. What is this, Matt? Tell us about it.
This is a follow-up to Unpacking, which is a very popular puzzle game about unpacking, like unpacking movie boxes and stuff.
Former guests of the show.
Yeah, so the description of this kind of reads like that game from Dreamcast, like Choo Choo Rocket.
Ooh, yes, I remember. Choo Choo Rocket was dope.
Basically, there's like a beat that happens, and you're giving this tiny little robot instructions on how to get through like notes.
That's fucking loud.
And yes. I believe you can fuck up and it just goes all wrong. But yeah, I don't know. It looks pretty interesting. And it was cool seeing the Unpacking devs come out with something so soon after. And I would love to see this at PAX.
And if you want to watch an interview with the developers or developer,
that's right.
Did we have one person or two? I can't remember. That was a good show. That was a good interview. Very personal. Unpacking was a very personal episode. You'd be surprised how much of a person's life actually went into a game just about unpacking belongings. But a lot of it was 2 people. I remember now. A lot of that was very personal to the developers. So actually, that might have been 3 people.
That's a lot of fucking people, dude.
That might. I'm gonna unpacking. I'm gonna look at our. I'm gonna look at it. No, it was 2. Okay. That was Ren and Tim. What a fucking game that's.
Ren and Timpy.
That is rude, sir.
I'm sorry, I had to.
Ren with a W, WREN. Okay.
That's fine.
Really good ass game.
Yeah. But yeah, so I thought it was cool that they're already developing follow-up. I know Unpacking was pretty successful for them. They kind of hit a stride that I think a lot of indie games want to. So it's cool. Yeah.
All right. We do not have a Kickstarter of the week, as I mentioned earlier. Let's check our mailbag, because I did put out... Oh, I can't check the mailbag. Can you check the mailbag? Because we're using Discord again.
There's nothing in the mailbag.
Okay, there you go. That was easy.
Nobody likes questions. Why doesn't anybody ask questions?
Because people are fucking mad.
What are they mad about?
Just life.
In general?
Yeah. Coral Island came out yesterday.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Coral Island, let me tell you, I want to play that game. I wanted to play it for this week's show. I just couldn't get around.
Coral Island?
Coral Island. You're not gonna. It's not a you game. Actually, no, it's not.
How do you know?
Because it's cute.
What's wrong? I play Slime Rancher.
Yeah, it's a farming game. It's a Stardew Valley cut type shit.
I don't want to play it.
It's like an Animal Crossing Stardew thing.
It looks really polished, though.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Former guest of the show.
I have friends that would definitely like this game a lot.
You don't have friends.
I do have several.
You have acquaintances?
It's 3 friends. It's three real friends.
3,
and then like one other friend. I have 2 dead friends. There's one friend that is a ghost.
So let me ask you this.
And then I have 2
I don't want. I don't want to get too personal.
I'm not sure are real.
I don't want to get too personal, but the dead friends, right?
Sure.
Do you like when you think or talk about them? Do you say, "My friend," blah blah blah, or are you like want to like an old friend, like, you know what I mean? Like, do you use it as like a past tense thing?
I don't think that I think about it. I think that whatever happens to like come out of my mouth at the time.
Yeah.
Because I'm not constantly thinking about them having been passed away.
Uh-huh.
And so like if they come up in conversation, it may be, oh yeah, my friend, whoever. And to the person that I'm talking to, it may or may not matter. You know what I mean? Because they either do or do not know who the person is. If they don't know any better. If they do, or when we're talking about them, it's like, oh, all right. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's a conscious thing that I think about when talking about them.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause like a lot of people, like whenever I talk about like my grandparents who passed, like I'll be like, oh, my grandpa was like that, and like it comes out like in that way.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It's just, but if it was like a newer friend or like I don't know. It's just because people don't expect you to have a dead friend. Like nobody, like I don't, like one of the number one things that people don't expect at our age is being like, hey, my dead friend or like my dead sibling.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's just a thing you don't hear very. Anyway, this conversation got morbid.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's fucking hot in here. Let me tell you about that. I will tell you.
Why is it so hot in there? Open
because
the window, dude.
This window open. It's all the way open. It is open. And
so what's the deal? Oh, you get no breeze through there or something?
Well, the East Coast, as you know, is under a fucking shower right now.
Yeah, sure. That's
and it's just sticky. No breeze. Humid.
See, I got like pretty sweet breeze.
I got the computer over here. You see it? I got my computer right here kicking off heat.
Yeah.
I got this big ass monitor. I got this big ass monitor. I got this big ass light in my face.
Tour. Yeah, you got too many monitors, bro.
I got that TV going. I got a big blue light back there. And I'm also in a 6x10 room.
Yeah, you fucking wackadoo.
So
it's a heat factory.
Listen, it's just hot.
Thermodynamics happening in that room.
Yeah. Oh, there was something I wanted to report to everyone.
I pooped.
Do you know what a jump gate is?
Jump gate. I've heard that before.
So jump gate is a kickstarted third-party Switch dock.
Oh yeah, I have one of these.
Yeah. So this one, okay, here it is. This is the one that I have. It's small, and you click it, and it opens, so you can put your Switch.
Yeah. Now the cool thing, a little core thing that goes in the back.
Yeah. So the core you could just pop out. Boom. Yep. So here it is. So you just have this, right? That's all it is. It's tiny. For comparison, let's put it next to a PS5 controller.
It's like the size of a general USB hub.
Right.
Much.
You can plug this into a Steam Deck and play on your TV.
Right, because it's literally just like a USB-C.
It's just a pass-through. Yeah.
Right.
That's all it is. It's a USB-C to HDMI pass-through converter. So I can capture those games without using PC hardware to actually run the game.
I
could do the same thing with streaming, or I could just play on my big 45-inch TV.
That's sick. That's really cool.
It's really, really cool. I was just like, I've had the thing for months, and I was like, you know what? Let me just see if it works. Because I was actually going to look. I was looking up like, how would I capture this? If I wanted to play on that. And
I have a bone to pick with them because mine doesn't work.
Your jump gate?
Yeah. Nope. No, sir.
You should pick the bone with them.
Yeah, I might. Because it's a really cool little dock. The natural Switch dock I never really liked, and because I leave my I'm like a handheld guy with my Switch, and it has a dock, a grip case on it and everything. It doesn't fit naturally in the dock very well, the regular dock. And this was like the alternative. And I have a Skull and Co. grip case, so it like all works together very well.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Get a Steam Deck if you. Oh, that's some news we could talk about.
I wish I could get a Steam Deck.
They have the Steam Deck dock, the official dock, which is what led me to try this one, because I was like, should I get that or should I just see if the one I have works? So yeah,
it's fucking $90. Get a jump gate.
Rads has a Kickstarter of the week that she wants us to consider. So Rads, can you put that in the chat, because I can't click out of Discord, otherwise Matt will disappear. So if you could just throw that link in there. Yeah, they had the reservations. That's not the right one at all.
That's the waypoint update for No Man's Sky, Sonny. Rads. Why do I call you Sonny? That's weird.
Rads. Sonny's probably better at this point. Sun McBun. That should be your name.
The only Sonny that I'm really aware of is not doing very hot.
Sun Bun.
What's her name? Sonny. Oh, there we go.
Sonny Bag of Donuts.
Sonny Bag of Donuts.
All right, let's take a look at this. Let's go to the preview pane. Let's
I almost fucking picked this, Rads. I really did.
I have the wrong thing up.
But I always pick things that are already funded, and I was looking for something that was underfunded. This does. It looks great.
Why isn't this working?
Good pick. Good pick, Rads.
It won't go.
It's like a traditional, like roguelike, like isometric style.
I like roguelikes, except I don't always, but I do.
Well, this is a very traditional roguelike in that like you're moving around a grid, and like the enemies move with you, kind of deal.
Gotcha. All right, so here we go. We got a game called Oakenfold. I did see this one. This one is pretty dope. So let's take a look. Let's play that. We'll throw the sound off there. So yeah, what do we got here? It's got 111 backers. It has hit its goal just by about $125. So there you go. It's got just a few hours to go. 39 hours to go.
Yeah. So it just it seems like it just scraped by.
Okay.
It looks so good.
Actually, you know what this reminds me of a lot? Mistover.
Oh yeah, you really dug that game.
I did until it came out.
You did until it came out. What does that mean?
All of the vertical slices I played of Mistover were like, oh, this is great. I can't wait to play more of this. But then the game was just more of what those vertical slices were, and not enough. No
real nothing beyond that.
Yeah, nothing like deeper than that. And it just the difficulty curve just jumps stupidly early in that game too, and it's permadeath, as you know. So it was. But Mistover is a good game, and they could have fixed it. They could have patched some things, whatever. But it got really hard really quickly and made it so I didn't like it anymore. But there you go. Yeah, we could check this one out.
Yeah, no, this game looks so good.
Oakenfold. Kickstarter.
Oakenfold?
Let's make it happen.
They really did just kind of scrape by there. But, a win's a win, right?
W, man. Listen, they needed a certain amount of, that's probably for a dev kit or.
Yeah. Generally, in your experience, like if people have stretch goals and they don't crush them, does that stuff still end up in the game, do you think, eventually?
It won't be a priority. It'll be something that they'll, like, version 1.0 won't have that stuff.
Right. It'll be like a something down the line update kind of deal.
Yeah.
Great pick.
I mean, there's an intro cinematic is one of their stretch goals. Like, think about that. Like, that's probably going to be all outsourced, right? That's why they need the extra monies, because they're going to hire somebody to do it. Blah blah blah. Right. Then you got a voice actor is another one. So
two different play styles.
Right.
And a question mark. I will take suggestions. Yeah, this looks gorgeous. I might back it.
Yeah. I might do it. My wife gets mad every time she sees a back order, Kickstarter.
Yeah, but like
thing.
it's only $15 for the not even $17. Was it $17?
It's true.
$15. $15 for the game, and it delivers next month.
Delivery due. Well, the early access delivers next month.
Whatever. So can I play it?
Probably.
There you go.
Delivery due. All right. Looks like the Kickstarter of the week has become a purchase of the week. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to bring us to the end of the show. Thank you so much for watching and listening. We appreciate you. If you have any hot indie games you want us to talk about, send them our way. There is so much going on with Steam Next Fest right now, which is just ridiculous.
Does it not have a splash page?
It does.
Am I missing it?
Probably.
I'm so confused.
I think it might be over.
All right.
I don't know. There's a lot of games on my list of things to play. So and this week looks much calmer than the last couple. So hopefully I'll get some game time in there. Thank you so much for listening and watching. As always, Matt, thank you for being here. Thank you, chat. Ladies and gentlemen, play some indie games. Goodbye.